Hello everyone, welcome to the material for Del TOEFL preparation, and for this video we'll be talking about listening comprehension in part B and part C, and the topic will be about longer conversations and short talks. So let us check the video. So a very quick introduction to the material today. So part B of the listening comprehensions consists of two long conversations, each followed by a number of questions. So in part B there are two conversations, longer conversations, and part C it consists of three talks and each followed by a number of questions. Some may have 3, 4, or 5. So both parts are often about some aspects of school life or topics currently in the news. And it is also common for Part C talks to be as shortened versions of lectures from courses in the college or universities, because it wants to test you about the vocabulary in academic life. So we will have a look at the strategy first before we come to the examples. So there are three main strategies in listening for longer conversation and short talks. So the first one is it is very important to briefly preview the options given in the book before the listening, and then also try to anticipate the topics and the questions of who, what, when, where, why, and how by listing down the information, because in this section you can actually write down in your notebooks, and then after that you use this information when you answer the questions later. And then if it is possible, try to determine the answer while listening to the conversations or the short talks. Okay, so the three strategies are preview, anticipate, and answer while listening. So what I'm going to give you today for the example is I'm going to for part B I will give you the question first, and then I want you to listen to the conversation without looking at the script and try to answer the questions as I read to you the conversation. So let us check the question. So question 1 until 4. Listen to a conversation between a professor and a student. Man: Hello, Professor Denton. Are you free for a moment? Could I have a word with you? Woman: Oh, come on in, Michael. Of course I have some time. These are my office hours, and this is the right time for you to come and ask questions. Now, how can I help you? Man: Well, I have a quick question about the assignment for tomorrow. I thought the assignment was to answer the first 3 questions at the top of page 67, but when I look, there were no questions there. I am confused. The woman says, The assignment was to answer the first 3 questions at the top of the page 76, not 67. Man says, Oh, now I understand. I'm glad I came in to check. Thanks for your help. And the woman says, No problem. See you tomorrow. So listening to these conversations, then I reckon you can answer the 4 questions over here. So the first question is, who is the man? So remember, it's the man asked, not the woman. Okay? And then there's a question about when does the man come to see the Professor Denton? And then number 3, why does the man come to see Professor Denton? And then number 4, what incorrect information did the man have? So if you listen to it very carefully, I'm pretty sure that you will be able to answer the questions. However, if you get lost during the listening, I actually provided you with the listening script. So have a look at the next slide over here. And if you have your answer, you may want to answer that first and then look at the the script over here to recheck your answer. But if you're lost, you can also go ahead and check the listening script. Okay, so that's for part B, everyone. So try to anticipate the who, what, where, when, how, and then answer the questions as you listen. And usually the questions are formed in the order of the question. The listening are actually formed in the order of the question. Okay, so for example, number 1 and number 2 are usually in the beginning of the questions, in the beginning of the conversation. Number 3 and number 4 is usually at the end. Okay, so something like that. So it's usually, the conversation are usually designed in the order of the question. Okay, so that's for part B, everyone. So now we'll be moving to the part C, which is the short talks. So the strategies are actually similar. So briefly preview the options given in the book before listening, anticipate the topic and the questions, and then after that, try to determine the answer while you listen. Okay, so that's the listening skill. And keep in mind, everyone, for part B and part C, the rule is you can actually write down the information in your notes. Okay, so you can write down the information in your notes, and you can use it later when you are answering the question. Okay, so that's some information that I think is worth sharing to you. So we are going to have the exercise. So let's have a look at the questions over here. So there are 4 questions, as you can see. The first one is, so you need to briefly preview the question. So what's the topic of the talk? And then after that, according to the speaker, what is the main objective of the Rotary International? When was it found? And how does the club help the community? So you're looking at the topic and the objective. So the keyword is topic, and then the objective, and then when founded, and then how it helps the community. So those are the keywords. Now I'm going to read for you the short talk about this listening. And as you listen to this talk, I want you to try to answer the questions. Okay, so let's have a look at the listening script. So the narrator says, question number 1 to 4. Listen to a talk about a club. Woman, I'd like to welcome all of the candidate members of the Rotary Club of Tuckanuck, Pennsylvania. The Tuckanuck Rotary Club is a part of Rotary International, which is an organization that offers humanitarian and educational programs. As you probably have known, Rotary International was established by an attorney named Paul P. Harris on February 23, 1905. Since that time, the club activities have always been designed to reach the goal of the organization to improve the human condition. So far, the Tuckanuck Rotary Club has been raising money to support local community efforts to make Tuckanuck and its surrounding a more productive and more enjoyable place to live, and to help the communities in many ways. The club sponsors a youth baseball team, sponsors Envirothon, raises money to help eradicate contagious disease, provides a community fireworks display every Independence Day, and donates more to children and youth organizations. And that's the end for the listening. So as you listen to the script of the short talk, I also want you to answer the questions, the 4 questions that are given over here. Okay, so what is the topic of the talk, and what is the objective of the Rotary International? When is it is founded, and how it helps the community? And if you think you have difficulties in listening to that audio, you can I actually provide you with the script over here. So have a look at the script and try to answer without looking at the script, but then if you are confused, if you are lost, then you can go and have a look at the script over here. Okay, so that's the strategies and that's the discussion for longer conversation and short talks, everyone. And here are the references. Thank you very much for watching this video. Goodbye.